We've all been there, right? You flop down on the couch, ready to binge your favorite show, you hit the power button, and there it is. That awful, dreaded message. No signal. It is so frustrating. But hey, before you even think about calling for help or, throwing the remote, I'm gonna show you how to solve this little mystery all by yourself. And here's the crazy part. Would you believe that more than half, yep, over 50% of all TV service calls are for this exact problem? It's true. And the fix? It's almost always ridiculously simple. So that's a big question, isn't it? Is my TV actually broken? Well, let me put your mind at ease. The answer is almost always a big fat no. Your TV isn't broken, it's just kind of lost, and we're going to be its guide and bring it right back home. So really, don't panic. We've got this. We're gonna fix this together. All right, let's put on our detective hats. Every good mystery starts at the scene of the crime, right? And for us, that scene is that blank screen. See, that no signal message, it's not a dead end. It's actually our very first clue. It's telling us exactly where we need to start our investigation. And what that clue is telling us is pretty simple. Your TV is working just fine. It's just listening on the wrong channel. It's kind of like you've tuned your radio to an FM station, but the song you want is playing on AM. Now, if you have a newer smart TV, you might see this message floating on a blue or maybe a black screen. On older TVs, it might just be, well, nothing, just a black screen. But either way, it means the exact same thing. Okay, so to crack this case, we need to line up our key suspects. First, we've got the devices themselves. Your cable box, your PlayStation, whatever's plugged in. Then, we've got the HDMI ports on the back of the TV. And finally, our most important tool, our secret weapon, really, the TV remote. So, what's an HDMI port? Just think of it like a doorway. That's it. If your cable box is plugged into, let's say, door number 1, but your TV is busy staring at door number 2, well, it's not going to see anything, is it? Our whole job here is just to tell the TV, hey, look at the right door. Now, before we even think about touching that remote, we've got to do our first check. And it's super simple, but so important. Is the thing you're trying to watch actually on? Go ahead, look at your cable box, your Roku, your game console. If you see a red light, that usually means it's off or just in standby. What you're looking for is a green light or maybe a blue one. That's the go signal. That tells you it's awake and trying to send a picture.
Okay, you ready? Time for our number 1 tool. I want you to grab your TV remote. And listen, this is important. Not your cable or satellite remote, but the actual remote that came with your TV. Now look for a button on it. It'll probably say input or maybe source. Sometimes it just has a little picture of a box with an arrow pointing into it. Have you found it? Good. That little button, that's the key to this whole thing.
All right, team, we've got our clues, we've identified our suspects, and we've got our most important tool in hand. It is time to start our step-by-step investigation and get that picture back where it belongs. So here's the whole game plan, all in one place. We're just gonna run through these 5 super simple steps, and I promise we're gonna crack this case. First up, like we said, check that power light. Make sure your device is showing a green or blue light. It seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how often this is the problem. Okay, light is green? Perfect. Now press that input or source button. You'll see a menu pop up with options like HDMI 1, HDMI 2, maybe AV, whatever. Just use the arrow buttons to go through them one by one. And here's the key. Be patient. Stop on each one for a few seconds. Give the TV a moment to think and see if a picture shows up. And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. A lot of newer smart TVs are actually pretty helpful. They'll often highlight the active input. So if you see one that looks different from the others, try that one first. It's another great clue. Still nothing? Okay, no worries. Let's move on to our next step. Go to the back of your TV and find where that HDMI cable is plugged in. I want you to unplug it and then plug it into a different HDMI port. Sometimes a port can just fail. Once you've plugged it into the new spot, go back to your remote and select that new input. So if you moved it to HDMI 2, select HDMI 2. And if that doesn't work, and we're getting to the end of our list here, the last thing to try is the cable itself. Grab a different HDMI cable, maybe from another device that you know works, and swap it out. Believe it or not, these cables can go bad on the inside, even if they look totally fine on the outside. Seriously, one of these 5 steps is going to be your magic bullet. I'm almost certain of it. And there you have it. Just like that, by following the clues, we've solved the mystery. Case closed. So let's just do a quick recap with a final checklist to lock it all in. So from now on, before you even think about calling for help, just run through this list in your head. 1. TV is on. 2. Your box or console has a green or blue light. 3. You've hit the input button and slowly, patiently tried every single HDMI option. 4. You physically tried plugging the cable into another HDMI port on the TV. And 5. You've tried a different HDMI cable that you know is good. I'm telling you, 99% of the time, the answer to that no signal problem is right here. So, the next time that no signal screen dares to show its face, don't panic. Just take a breath, remember what you learned here, and grab that remote. The power is literally in your hands and on that little input button. No signal? Phew, no problem. You're the expert now.